Today I fucked up by outing my girlfriend. So I go to a Catholic school and have been dating the headmistress's daughter. I'm also a girl. Now I will say I wasn't trying to be the bad girl who hits on the authority figure's child. I didn't even know who her mother was at the time and she hit on me. It was awkward and cute, so I played along. Eventually she just asked if I wanted to go out with her, and it is the most direct anyone has ever been with me. I obviously said yes, and then she started with the BTW, and I realized this wouldn't be an easy relationship to keep. Well, anyways, I love her. She's just so kind and gentle, and she looks so pretty when she spaces out and just stares off into nothing thinking about some random thing that popped into her head. And now that I'm done gushing. So we had sex. It was awful and awkward, and she clearly had no idea what she was doing. But it's okay, I didn't really have high expectations from somebody whose mom ran a Catholic school. So we started having sex often, and she got better. We tried to make sure we were subtle about it, and we had a rule of never at school to try and avoid dodging her mother. She got more confident really. I'm not gonna go into detail, but just know it was pretty good sex. But then I pulled her aside during free period and snuck out to my car for a quickie, in blatant violation of our own rules. Well, there we are, both naked, in a very compromising position. When I hear her go, I'm dead. I look up behind me, and sure enough, there's her mom, looking into my car, staring at me, naked. I have never been more terrified in my life. I very hastily get dressed and she drags us to her office. It was like a much worse version of the walk of shame. Well, I got expelled. I'm pretty much definitely not seeing my girlfriend until after graduation, if our relationship even survives this. So yeah, too long didn't read, got caught having sex by my girlfriend's mom, got expelled. They expelled you but not her? That's some hypocrisy to try to defend. It's a private school. She's the headmistress's daughter. She 100% gets preferential treatment. I hope you are able to continue your relationship. So we started having sex often, and she got better. We tried to make sure we were subtle about it, and we had a rule of never at school to try and avoid dodging her mother. Thought that was most people's rule. Maybe I'm oblivious though. The mom may think that God will keep you two apart. She's also super wrong about that. I think the outing was just the icing on the today I fucked up cake. Banging the daughter is going to get anyone into a heap of shit. That y'all got their lickety split is just extra sauce for the goose. I mean, it was just a moment where my desire for the sex was higher than my fear of repercussions. First part, graduation is in May. Today I fucked up by making an inappropriate joke to my nurse. I've been having chest pain for over 3 weeks now, and today I finally went to the hospital because it was getting unbearable. The doctor told me that I needed to do an ECG. For this, your chest needs to be bare. I went to the ECG room and a good-looking nurse was waiting for me. The nurse asked me to strip. Thought I was being funny and I blurted out, "I hope you like what you see," while taking off my bra. She smiled awkwardly, and that was the most stressful 5 minutes I have ever been through in my life. The silence was deafening. Too long didn't read. I went to the hospital because of a chest pain. I told the nurse that I hope she likes what she sees while I was taking off my bra. She smiled awkwardly, and it was the most awkward 5 minutes of my life. Edit, a word. When I had surgery, just a small one, so not an overnight stay, I ended up feeling faint as I went to leave the first time. A nurse made a point of taking my arm before I could fall over or anything and calmly said, "Come on, let's get you back in bed." And, me being the idiot I am, decided to respond with, "Only if you come with me." I was 26 and my mum was stood nearby skeptical. Being a nurse, eventually we just think, okay, another one of those, and literally never think of it again. I hope everything is okay with your heart. I'm a lot better now. Thank you for the wish, sad face, heart. She smiled awkwardly, and it was the most awkward 5 minutes of my life, so far. I kept yelling, "I'm a grower, not a shower." So there was that. Fun story, I had to have a testicular ultrasound after an injury. I ended up at a local O where I knew the nurses pretty well. Obviously they send in this absolutely gorgeous tech to do my ultrasound. In my head I'm screaming, do not get hard. What I actually said after a deafening silence was, don't mind him, it's rather cold in here. I still hate going to that Today I fucked up by accidentally getting Bengay on my coochie. So I recently ran a lot for gym class, and my thighs were sore, even 2 days later. Advil wasn't doing jack shit, it was too late at night to run an Epsom salts bath, and my thighs felt like jello. So I found my tube of Bengay, thinking I had found my savior. Little did I know, that mythical icy hotness would be my downfall. The Bengay came out runnier than I expected. I rubbed it into the areas that hurt. When I was rubbing it over my pelvis, I thought my underwear would help me avoid that area. It was about as effective as holding back a SWAT team with a wall made of toothpicks and stale marshmallows. Despite my best efforts, the Bengay seeped through the fabric, and would bring chaos to my crotch. It got on both labias and the clitoris. I couldn't help but scream. At one moment my clitoris was being burned with a kitchen blowtorch, and the next it felt like Jack Torrance at the end of The Shining. I'm currently typing this with a damp washcloth between my legs. I guess you could call my vagina. Flaming lips, kill me. Too long, didn't read. Bengay got on my clit, was as painful as you'd expect. Oh boy, I'm sure her inbox is full with I'm a drive. I could take a look. Think her inbox needs a rest. As someone who has stupidly eaten hot Cheetos and then scratched an itch, I give you my deepest sympathy, as I know it must pale in comparison to the pain of Bengay. I thought this said Bengay on my cocaine and I was like, yeah, that would be bad. I can totally relate. One time I gave my wife a massage with doTERRA's deep tissue medicated massage cream. This stuff gets pretty damn hot. Well, after the massage I was beat and laid down to rest. My balls decide to say, hey, I'm itchy, scratch me. So I proceed. 30 seconds later I get a tingly feeling on my nutsack reminding me that I forgot to wash my hands after the massage. 30 seconds later that shit was on fire and all kinds of profanity came pouring out of my mouth as I rushed to the shower for the gods to show mercy on my pie. Today I fucked up nutsack. Sprayed cologne too close to the nether region as a youngster. Needless to say, Granny walked in the bathroom with me reverse cowgirl on the sink. Eyes, weary face, smiley face. Rip Granny, but don't tell nobody about that shit. Love you.